Okay, let's talk about the Mavericks and specifically Spencer Dinwiddie. He will eventually hit a 3 on this play, trust me on this one. He's been shooting about 45% from 3 since he arrived in Dallas. It also seems like Dallas is getting more adventurous since making the Porzingis deal. I mean, like here, if we look at this again, there's no center for them right now. It's Dorian Finney-Smith setting a screen for Luka, and with no big guy, the spacing is a lot better off of the trap. It just seems like without Porzingis and with more of these perimeter players, their offense has a lot more variety now. Here we have Josh Green screening for Dinwiddie. Luka doesn't touch the ball at all, they still score. And that wasn't even Dinwiddie's biggest moment of this game. It was most likely this one where he took Steph Curry on an ISO. They needed another shot creator, and Dinwiddie's given them that. I think this is also interesting as well. So you'll notice 22 seconds left on the shot clock, as in the Warriors just made a basket. The Mavericks are 30th in pace. Suddenly, Dinwiddie gives them a little extra juice where he's just like, nah, you know what, let's just go for it. Powell set me something resembling a screen, Warriors aren't all the way back. Get it to Dorian Finney-Smith, we love that. So he's energizing this offense, and Jalen Brunson is as well. They've been going with Dinwiddie and Brunson together, and it's leading to like a good amount of shot creation when Luka's on the bench. And it's not just happening independently. Brunson and Dinwiddie are playing off of each other. Basically, the offense is just looking a lot more dynamic, and it's not as if Luka just has to drag them through a bunch of slow half-court possessions all the time. I think this play is interesting, as Luka passes it off, and then Dinwiddie keeps the play moving, and eventually it's Finney-Smith getting himself a layup. How often this year would something like this turn into a 3 for Dallas? A lot, right? Now, of course, that's still cool, and a lot of those 3s are open, but you want a healthy balance. Dinwiddie provides that little extra dynamic stuff. I mean, if this is Porzingis, then I think it's safe to say there's a much lower chance of this drive and then pass happening. Can I just look at this Dinwiddie pass to Brunson in a transition play, man? You know how desperate Dallas was for something in transition all season? Another thing about Dallas's newfound spacing with all these perimeter players is that Dinwiddie has benefited from it as well. Another early possession, get a screen from Kleba, and just go downhill. They did some interesting things during the comeback against the Warriors, where they went with no center for, I believe, like pretty much the whole fourth quarter. I mean, I guess you could say Josh Green was acting as your center, but that's a wing player, right? You look at the spacing, we got Finney-Smith, we're going to have Bertans, who's relocating, we got Jalen Brunson there. Spacing, my god, we love it. Another example of that 5-out offense and no center against the Warriors. We will see if Dinwiddie's three-point shooting holds up. As for Davis Bertans, he has shot well from 3 in 2 of his games as a Maverick. He's also had a couple loafers, so we'll see. This is the template right here, man. Luka drive and kick to Bertans. And this is the other thing with Davis, right? Even if he's having some shooting struggles, he's always going to be spacing the floor out. Defenders are never just going to ignore him from out there. Zion is returning to New Orleans. I feel like their offense could be insane, because they've run some interesting stuff with having CJ, Ingram, and Valanciunas all kind of playing off of each other with screens and all that, handoff actions, which I'll probably do a video on in a little bit. Then you throw Zion into that mix. I mean, just the idea of switching screens, it's going to be very difficult to switch if you're going to pay for it by having Valanciunas or Zion attacking someone smaller than them. If he can get close to what he was, second season Zion, then offensively speaking, at least, that team is nuts and could definitely go on a run at the tail end of the season here. Ben Simmons getting shots up in practice. So I watched this beforehand. Ben shoots like 2 shots in this entire thing. Meanwhile, LaMarcus Aldridge shoots a million mid-range jumpers with picture-perfect form. And eventually Ben is going to shoot another one with his elbow super out there. Listen, Ben, I hope we see you. I hope you're doing well. I would like to see you on the Nets. I wish good things for you. Cameron Johnson wins it at the buzzer. This was so cruel to the Knicks, man. The Knicks, they can use every win they've got. Phoenix, they've got a comfortable lead on the 1 seed. Nobody would have given them crap for losing this game with no CP and no Booker. And then Cameron Johnson had to go and do that. It's just abuse for the Knicks at this point. Thunder's mop-up crew gets the defensive stop on the T-Wolves. This is actually insane. If this happened in a playoff game, there would be riots, especially if it was in Philly or New York or Boston or something. Did anybody else not know that this was a thing at NBA games until you went to your first NBA game?